Hi, my name is Morgan Lee Rosa, and I'm here to present my Design for Interactive Media Assignment 1 project. Hear Me Colour is a sound-based colouring project that allows children to hear the sound of colour as they draw. It transforms the car to both art studio and music studio. Activity 1 was helpful in getting me to think about the brief and the understanding of sounds around me and how they relate to the car. The most interesting sound I took away from this activity was the sound of the driver biting his nails. I found it interesting and kind of gross because the pitch changed so frequently, from being soft and muffled to becoming loud and clanky once the nail was actually bitten off. Another sound I found interesting was the sound of children playing on their lunch break. It was a loud, muffled sound, so you couldn't make out any clear voices or sounds, rather a whole bunch of high-pitched, excited noises, an interesting contrast to the industrial or mechanical noises usually heard while driving. Brainstorming in this activity got me thinking about various ideas for my project. Few ideas in the beginning, however, after discussion, peer review, and tutor feedback, I decided to go back to the drawing board. The original ideas I had I didn't think were interesting enough, didn't harness the space of the car to its full capacity, and I just wasn't inspired by them. Going back to square one, I developed my new concept of a sound-based design project that was fun and engaging. Using Synesthesia, I created an interactive drawing and colouring interface, and pen can involve one or multiple members of the car. I like the idea of synesthesia to create my sound, as well as being engaging for children and parents in the car. After more discussion and feedback with people, we were responding better to this idea. But I did realize that I need to refine my concept further in regards to synesthesia and interactions, also the technology used. From this activity, I was able to expand my thinking about the other activities I did expect, such as changing radio stations, which created jumbled mash sounds of music and talking. However, an activity I didn't expect that surprised me was working on uni work on a bus ride. The sound of a keyboard tapping isn't one you usually hear in public transport. Activity 4 was very helpful in the sense I could see my concept starting to take shape. Through research, I was able to analyze theories and critique other works and apply it to my own. The 3 projects I reviewed were the Kickstarter project Spectrum, the art installation Blue, Yellow, Red, and the drawing app Cento Mini Doodlecast. Spectrum was a major inspiration of my project. I found it interesting to use it to create their own unique experience with the device. Blue, Yellow, Red is an artistic expression of their experience with synesthesia, and the installation created a multi-sensory experience. The last project that I took inspiration from was Cento Mini Doodlecast app, a drawing app that records the screen as the user is drawing to create videos that could be shared with family and friends. That got me thinking about more innovative ways to problem solve in redesigning for different senses. I found it difficult in the beginning, but it was helpful in helping me think differently. There were some interesting concepts I came up with through this exercise. However, I didn't find any components that I could actually take further and incorporate to my own project. So, would interact with the device, Hear Me Colour, displays how the users would interact from beginning to finish. This is fully shown in the final design slide. I focused my research on 3 major concepts, which included the semi-automatic cars, synesthesia, and the family relationship with the car. Through my research, I determined that a level 3 semi-automated car was the best option for my project. The level 3 car is mostly automatic except for critical functions. However, it still requires the driver to be present and alert. With this in mind, I drive but not distract them. Another concept that influenced my project was the relationship between families in the car. As many of us probably know already, being in a confined space like a car with family tends to lead to arguments. Yeah, I know, who would have guessed? Research suggests that the car has the potential and ability to be a space where people, activities, languages, and technologies are entangled together. This dynamic influenced my design. The last concept I focused on was the major component of my project, which was synesthesia. The ability to hear color. An interesting concept creates a unique experience. It was the creation of the colors used in my project. As you can see, color is broken down with a relating sound. I also did some more research into the technologies side of my project, as if the possibilities would of turning the window into an interface and using a smart interactive pen. Both already have examples and are for commercial use, like the touch foil and the stylus pen. Color is a sound-based design project that allows children to hear the sound of color as they draw. Designed for a level 3 car, the user turns on the pen and the interface an interactive window and is able to draw whatever they can imagine. The pen's control screen has an option of pre-selected colors and functions that will assist the user in creating their image. The user then switches on the color sensor at the end of the pen, allowing the user to touch any color and hear what type of sound it represents. Can then share their drawing with the driver by pressing the send button. My references, and thank you for listening.